Let's start it. Shalom. First and foremost, we give our praises, glory, honor, power unto the Most High Yahweh, and we do so through His only begotten beloved Son Yahushua HaMashiach. And we say, Kwam Yashala, Kwam Yashala. This your brother Frank Gontra, for some of you coming at you, right? With another, as you already know, another lesson, another quick lesson, right? To our people, to the rebellious of our people, right? The rebellious of our people, right? The rebellious, right? The rebellious of the so-called blacks, Latino and Native Indian, right? A lot of you out there where you don't want to listen to the Most High, right? You do not want to hearken to the Most High. As you see, the title that I put out there is about to get nasty, buddy. It's about to get real now. It's about to get rough out here, buddy. Because a lot of you out there, you don't want to repent. You refuse to leave the Christian church, right? We want to put out there YouTube for copyright, things like that. YouTube copyright. We say disclaimer, if you hear music in the background, it is not our music. We are not in the club. And you want to put out there for YouTube copyright purposes, right? So keep in mind, it's not our music. We do not order music and we are not playing it. It's not our music, all right? And like I said, most of the time, barely you can hear the music. But YouTube still use that against us. You already know they're looking for anything just to take us down from YouTube. We already know. But it's not good. Whatsoever happens is all the will of the Most High. Man's going is of the Lord. You got to keep in mind. That's what we know. We don't deal with the flesh, right? Christians, they deal with the flesh. We deal with the spirit, all right? So you got to understand, all right? You can't stop the Most High, all right? So we want our people to understand, man, to know these so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian is about to get really, really rough out here, man. It's about to get really rough. Well, a lot of you, you won't be able to make it. A lot of you, you won't be able to make it. You won't be able to make it. A lot of you. So if you don't know who you are yet, this is the high season that you wake up. This is the high season that you wake up. Ye so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. This is the high season that you wake up. And you learn your true history. You understand who you are according to the Bible. Not according to the Christian church, not according to your mama and your father, because they don't know your history most of the time. Right? Most of our people, they don't know their history. They do not know. Whatsoever you were taught in the school, regardless, the country, guess what? It's all stage, it's all lie. All right? Until you wake up, you repent, and you're keeping the law, the commandment of the Most High, you won't know who you are, man. So understand. So we want to put out there, unto you, ye so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. So brothers and sisters, make sure you share this video as much as you can. Because it's about to get really, really dirty out here. It's about to get dirty. Today will be a week, right? Today will be a week after Pharaoh, right? Pharaoh, right? Spiritual Egypt, right? Babylon the Great, aka the United Snake of America, all right? You see, Pharaoh came out a week ago and he delivered a satanic speech. He gave a satanic speech, all right? And since that day, we're hearing a lot of rumors, man. There's a lot of rumors going on. People being frustrated. A lot of people being mad. A lot of people getting frustrated. And that's what these power they want, man. The power they be, that's what they want. Because they understand that if they create chaos, it does allow them to bring forth their weakness. It's easy. For somebody to get inside your house, he got to create a chaos. If there is no chaos, he won't be able to infiltrate into your house. And that's what they feed them. That's what the U.S. government, that's what they feed them. Right now, there is already division among the people. And guess what? The Most High is allowing all those things to happen. Because we want those things to happen. Why? Because it's the Bible prophecy. Because a lot of our people, a lot of you out there, you coons, a lot of you so-called blacks or African American, Nigerian, Ghanaian, a lot of you out there, you sell out and you coon, man. You love to be on the rod of Esau. You love it. A lot of you out there, you want to save Esau. You love the enemy. You love the enemy, right? And you hate your own people. It's about to get really serious out here. You don't know what is about to happen. Especially, a lot of you out there, you still in the Christian church. Some of you still following Islam, right? Some of you still following Caesar Borgia. Hey, it's about to get very, very evil soon, man. The brother, they've been prophesying about this for a while, and none of y'all want to listen. You just have your time for your music, your rap music, right? You got time for the basketball season, the football season. You got time for lacrosse season. You got time for your job, and you ain't got no time to go to the Most High, right? Shalom, King. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, King. All praises be unto the Most High, Yahweh, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Kwam Yashala, Kwam Yashala, Kwam Yashala. It's about to get really, really dirty out here. It's about to get nasty. We're hearing truck driver, right? We're hearing truckers. They're saying that if, you know, their job or their company, you know, force them to go down with the whatsoever you already know, guess what? They say they're going to walk away, man. Trucker, they say they're going to walk away, right? And then I guarantee you see a lot of people, they're going to protest. A lot of people, they're going to start right there. You're going to see where it's going to go down, man. It's about to go down. And guess, you know what happened? When there is issue with the trucker, with the truckers, the truck company, there's no driver. Guess what? The food supply, right? You already know when you go to your junk food, whatever you eat, right? When you go to the store, Target, Walmart, what is going to happen? You're going to realize that, guess what? They'll be running out of food because guess what? There won't be no truckers. Because some people, they'll literally walk off. They won't do no match, they won't protest, but they'll literally quit. Some people will quit. The Most High move the spirit upon a lot of people and they'll quit. Understand that. Okay, understand that. And that's why a lot of y'all, you ain't seen yet. So get ready, man. It's about to get very, very nasty, right? And it's not just the trucker. We know for sure in Babylon the Great, a lot of people already preparing already. A lot of people understand that. We already know. Mainly in the South, they're already getting ready. The South, the people that live in the South of the U.S., we're talking about Arizona, Texas, and places like that. They're already getting ready, man. They're gearing up already. So if the food supply get cut off, a lot of you out there, you lost after the food. A lot of you out there, so-called blacks, African Americans, so-called Latino, Hispanic, and then you lost after the food. It's about to get nasty. What you gonna do? What you going to eat? How you gonna make it, man? You gotta understand. That's why we call on the brother and the sister. This is the high season that we repent and we seek the Most High Yahweh. It's very, very serious, man. All this evil happening should be what? A wake-up call onto the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. It should be a wake-up call. But our people there in a docile state that refuse to listen to the Most High. They're very, very stiff-necked people. We're a very forward nation, man. A generation of what? Of unbelieving, right? And guess what? Why? You got a TV. How can you got TV running 24/7 all day long without stop? And people will know God. People can't know God. How can they know God? Why you got live being pushed on the TV or on the media, things like that? How can people believe in God? They won't believe in God because they're busy watching the news, the mainstream media, and the same people that be working on your destruction all this time. We remember, we know, as the Most High have told us. Look at what happened to our forefather, the Native Indian, man. Look at what happened to our forefather, 70 AD in Jerusalem. Fully cut off and destroyed, scattered. Because of what? Rebelliousness, because of weakness. Which you never hear in a Christian church. They cannot teach you this in a school neither. They won't. Because all they're teaching you is all weakness. How to turn your children onto what? Homosexual. That's what they're pushing for in the school. How they're going to turn your children into what? Shoplifter. That's what the government wants. Because the government does not want you to discipline your children. And guess what? The same child that the same wicked government tell you don't touch them, or they're going to take you to the jail, or they're going to take your baby. The same government, when your child, whether it be a boy or girl, when he or she turns 16 or 17 years old and go in the store and commit a crime, that is not even worthy to be, taken. Guess what? The same police can put him to death or her to death. The same government that I told you, don't discipline your children, don't discipline your sons and your daughter, the same government will lock up your son and your daughter. You see how the system works? You see how the system works? And that's the main reason why we tell the brother and the sister, follow the Most High. The scripture tells us when we go in the book of War, Acts chapter 5 verse 29. And Peter and the other apostle answered and said, we are to obey Yahweh rather than men. We are to obey the Most High God Yahweh rather than men. So you got to understand that. You got to understand. So a lot of you out there, you sell out, you coon, you just lusting after the money, the money, the money. Hey, listen, man, it's about to get really nasty right here, man. It's about to get really nasty. This is Jacob trouble. This is Jacob trouble. And you ain't see anything yet. Because us, the brother, the Israelite that keep the law, the commandment of the Most High, the one that are bringing out the truth, exposing Esau, Edom, exposing all this hidden, exposing all the wickedness going on earth, guess what? We're going to get persecuted. We'll be the number one soon. Wait. After they're done with the UV, once they're done with the UV, guess what? They're going to say, who are the ones that refuse to go down with Satan? What would they say? They'll say, the Hebrew Israelite, the French group, the people, the black people you see on the street yelling, cursing, they'll say, that's what they're going to say. They say, we the problem. So what are they going to do? They're going to start taking out, you're going to see the SWAT team, the FBI, the CIA, they're going to start breaking, busting the door of some Hebrew Israelites. They're going to bust it open to take brother and sister. Keep in mind. And that's how the Most High is going to know who is real and who is fake. Because when this situation arises, that's how we know who is with the Most High and who is with Satan. Understand? So we want the brother to get ready. We want the brother to get ready, man. And guess what? When, you know, in this system, this country, guess what? Everybody got guns. Chicken, crocodile, alligator, right? Raven, snake, monkey. Everybody got guns. So when it's all like breaking apart, guess what? You're gonna see some evil. You're gonna see a lot of evil happening. Brother and sister, you're going to see a lot of evil. So y'all need to get prepared. All right? As I already said a couple of times in some of my videos, some of my lessons, if you know how to smoke a fish, you might want to smoke some fish and put them in the freezer. Or you want to buy some fish, some fish and freeze it. Hey, this might be the time. Maybe you want to buy some pepper, some onion, you want to put them somewhere, and whatever you want. You want to preserve some tomato by boiling them and putting them in glass jar. You know, flip them upside down for like 6 hours, and then you flip them back and you put them in the fridge or you put them in your basement. And this is about to get nasty, man. And you're going to see again what? People that literally going to slaughter their baby. They'll slaughter their baby and eat it. Right? Let's go in the book of Deuteronomy. This happened back in those days, man. It happened. This is what the Most High says is going to happen. A lot of you out there, you don't know. You don't know what is about to happen. Okay? Let's see. We're going to read this, man. Okay, let's read it. This is the book of Deuteronomy. This is the main key that we go to. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Because everything written in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, you see everything happening right now. It's been happening since the time of Moses until this very last day. It will always happen until all the prophecy will be fulfilled. And understand there's nothing new under the sun. This thing happened in the past. It is going to happen again. There was cannibalism that happened in 70 AD. Before 70 AD, it happened when our forefathers were taken slave into what? Into the ancient Babylon. So guess what? It's going to happen here again in the US. So get ready. It's about to get really, really nasty. You ain't ready for this. A lot of you out there, you chicken. You got a spirit of chicken. Because you don't fear the Most High, but you fear men, right? And it's about to get really nasty. So let's read it. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates. Who? Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom. Okay, later they changed their name and called themselves what? Romans. They called themselves Roman, the Roman Empire. Understand? And the fruit He said, until thy height and fence wall come down, wherein thou trusted, throughout all thy land, and he shall beseech thee in all thy gates, throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy Yahweh hath given thee. So the Most High said, this is going to happen eventually. And it happened to our forefather back in those days, before 70 AD, under Nebuchadnezzar, the king of war, Babylon, the ancient Babylon, right? What happened? Jerusalem was besieged, man, by who? By the Babylonians. And they took down the wall and destroyed everything, slaughtered the king, took the princes, the princesses, hey, the list goes on and on and on. So it's about to happen again. And then it happened in 70 AD. 70 AD is about to happen again. And thou shalt eat, verse 53, Deuteronomy 28, verse 53, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body. Imagine that, man. Imagine, man. You see, that's what we call real evil. And the Most High allow you to do it. Why? Because y'all don't believe. You don't want to keep the commandment of the Most High. You don't want to keep the commandment of the Most High. So when you see the shelf, when you go into Target, when you go to Walmart, right? When you go to Lidl, when you go to Aldi, when you go to all these stores, and you realize that they're running out of milk, what you going to give? What you going to eat? They're running out of rice, they're running out of everything. Guess what? Then some of you, you're going to have to kill your baby. You're going to have to kill your baby and cook it. You're going to have to do that. And you will do that. We know it's going to happen. Get ready. Cannibalism is about to happen and again. Get ready, man. A brother was brushing on this earlier. So get ready. It's about to get really, really nasty. Because a lot of you out there, you ain't ready for this, man. You simple. America make you so weak, man. You so weak. Your spirit ain't right. When you see a little scorpion, you be running away. You see a little bee, you be crying. Oh, daddy, help me. Daddy, can you get a gun? Then you're scared because they're chicken. Because America raise only chicken. They raise bunch of chicken. Where they don't have the spirit. They're scared. Listen, they'll freak out. Listen, they'll go off. We see them, man. We see a lot of them. They're very, very weak. Even though they go to the gym, they lift weight, they eat all this, they drink all this protein, milk, all this blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They ain't got no strength, man. They got big muscle, but guess what? The spirit is empty. They ain't got nothing in the spirit. So get ready, man. The Most High said that you're going to eat what? The fruit of thy own body. What is the fruit of your own body? It's your baby. It's your baby. Your baby is the fruit of your own body. So the Most High said you're going, eventually some of our people, they're going to do that because they lost after the food. Because they don't trust in the Most High, so they trust in Satan. So the Most High will deliver them over unto Satan. It's plain and simple. And that's what's going to happen. Once people start leaving their job, right, because of the oppression, when people start quitting a job because of being terrorized by Joe Biden, being terrorized by all this power that be, guess what? That's when you're going to realize. A lot of you don't know how to clean the dishes with your hand, right? You always wait on the washing machine, right? You wait always on the dishwasher to wash your dishes. It's about to get nasty now. Because when the power get cut off, I want to see how you're going to wash your dishes. You want to see how you're going to do. Some of you don't know how to wash your own underwear with your hand. You don't know it, right? It's about to get really serious. It's about to get really serious. A lot of you out there, men and women, you don't know how to wash your underwear with your own hand, right? Get in a bar soap, and wash your own clothing, right? Hey, you might want to start learning that. You might want to go on YouTube and learn some video about how to wash your own underwear, things like that, man. Because it's about to get really nasty. Because America, they don't teach you that in the US. They don't let you know that. They don't tell you to get prepared, to get ready for the worst to happen. For the evil, that they don't tell you that. They just make you feel good. Yeah, you can stay home and you play the order. Instant car, blah, blah, blah. On all the food delivery companies, you see them popping up, right? DoorDash, Window Dash, right? Behind Dash, you got all these, company that pop. You know why? Because it's all this leading to the mark of the beast. They're getting you ready, man. Esau gearing up. Because he knows he's out of time. Esau, he don't understand that they're out of time. They know. You think they don't know? They know. You're the one you don't know. Because you sitting your dirty behind on the couch, watching football, watching soccer, watching baseball, basketball. That's all you do all day long, man. When you get off work, what do? When the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native, when they get off work, what do? They go sit on the couch and they're gonna eat some chips, tortilla chips. They wanna eat some nasty food, right? Watch TV, right? That's all they do. They don't know any better. When they get off work, what do? Nothing. Do they grab the Bible and read the Bible? Do they go on their knee and call on the Most High? They don't do that. They just eat. That's what they do all day long. And when they wake up the next day, they do the same thing. They wake up, they eat, they go to work, they get home, same old routine, and no righteousness. They don't see God. They don't look for the Most High. Do they see God? The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native, they don't. Because if they were to see God, guess what? I'm right here standing in the corner, bringing out the word of the Most High. They're supposed to be lining up to listen to the word of the Most High. But they're living with who? Satan. They're all living in America now. They're living the American dream. That's what they say. They're living the American dream now. They're all living the American dream. They're happy. Everybody got an apartment. They got a house now. They're driving a nice car. So they already got everything. They don't need the Most High. But guess what? When Esau shut down the food chain supply, guess what? It's over. What are you going to do? What are you going to eat? What are you going to eat? If there is evil riot in every city, people looting and killing, you can't even step outside. Understand that? So y'all need to get ready, man. Let's see what the Most High said you're going to do. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons. Hey, the Most High, he break it down, man. This might be graphical, but guess what? Hey, it is what it is. Hey, we want to put it out there, man. Because a lot of you out there, you simple, you coons. A lot of you very, very coon. You coon, right? You love to be with the enemy, right? And you hate your own people. We know you, man. We see the spirit. We see the spirit. Some of you get mad when you come out here and you see the horn on your God, right? When you see the horn on your God. When you see the horn on your God, Caesar, you get mad. You get mad. What are you getting mad for? And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body. You see, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughter. It's about to happen, buddy. Some of you, you're going to have to kill your baby and eat it. You're going to have to. Because there won't be no food. There won't be no food in the grocery store. There won't be no food. When everything starts going down, and there won't be no food in the grocery store. There won't be no food. That's what the Most High is letting you know. The Most High say, you know what? You're going to eat your baby. You're going to cook your own baby. Imagine that. That's heavy, man. The Most High said you're going to eat your own baby. You're going to kill your baby. You're going to cut it into pieces like the way you cut chicken, and you're going to boil it and eat it. Guess what? That's the Most High, man. The Most High ain't playing no game because you don't believe in God. You don't believe in God. Right? You don't believe in the Most High, right? Let us bring it out. He said, well, which the Lord thy Yahweh hath given thee in the siege and in the straightness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee. Oh, this is heavy. So who is going to allow all those things to happen? The Most High. How do we know it? Let's go in the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Let's go to it. We're going to precept it. Right? For the young brother, the new brother in the truth where they don't know yet, right? Why would God allow that to happen? We're going to prove it to you. This is the book of Amos. Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. Right? And he reads, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? So we warning you that it's about to get nasty. It's about to get evil. Guess what? And you ain't moved by that? You are not concerned? Let's see. It says, shall the trumpet be blown in a city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord has not done it? So, hey, listen, understand that just basic, man. So when you see earthquake, you see tsunami, anything you see, guess what? The Most High let it down. The Most High wanted it to happen. It's the Most High Yahweh. God wanted to go down When you see a baby head being chopped off, you see somebody get shot, got put to death, guess what? The Most High allow it to happen, whether it be for good or whether it be for evil. The Most High want it to go down, right? The Most High want it to go down. Understand, right? Let's go right here. Let's go right here in the book of Isaiah, right? Let's go to Isaiah. Because there's so many precepts we can bring out. So many of them. All right? There's so many of them. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, right? I want to go to Isaiah chapter 45. Understand that? Let's go over there. Everything is in the hand of the Most High. Everything. Whatsoever you see happening, whether it be good or evil, the Most High allow it to happen. The Most High, He control all things, buddy. The Most High, He control all things. Let's prove it, right? So the day you're going to be chopping your baby to cook it and eat it, like the same way you cook chicken, you cook beef, understand, I guess what is the Most High allowing you to do that, man? Because you're wicked because of your spirit. Because you don't believe in the Most High. So let's read it. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, and verse 5. I am the Lord and there is none else. So understand that, right? Understand that there is no other power except for the Most High Yahweh. Okay? There is no God beside me. There is no other power except for the Most High Yahweh. There is none. I girded thee, though thou hast not known me. Verse 6, that they may know from the rising of the sun from the east, understand that, from Jerusalem, right? Right? From the east to the west, and from the north to the south, okay? That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west, you see that? And from the west, all right? That there is none beside me. I am the Lord and there is none else. There is no other power like unto Him, man. He's the only power. Malachi 1:11. Malachi 1:11. Right? You go to it, you can't read it. Malachi 1:11. Let's continue. Verse 7. Isaiah 45 and 7. I formed the light. Who formed the light? The Most High. I formed the light and create darkness. You see that? The Most High is the one that formed the light and He create darkness. All right? I make peace. So who make peace is the Most High. All right? Ain't no man on this earth that can make peace. They can make peace. Men are wicked. Right? How can they make peace? I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. Who create evil? The Most High, man. He kill and He bring alive, man. The Most High put you to death and He bring you back. The Most High chop you off. The Most High, He'll blow your head up. The Most High does all those things, man. They don't break this down for you in the Christian church. The Most High does it. He does all these things, man. He's the excellent power, the only one. The righteous Yahweh, the righteous God. Right? Let me show unto you again. You say what? I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. The Most High does it, man. Amen. Hallelujah. Blessed be the Most High, man. Blessed be the Most High Yahweh. There's none like unto Him. There's no power like His power. There's no rock like our rock, Yahweh, man. Ba'ashem Yahushai. So understand, right? Let's go to Jeremiah 19:9. Because this happened, right? In the first captivity, Jeremiah witnessed that, right? Jeremiah, he witnessed this, man. Right, let's go to it. Let's go when Nebuchadnezzar, right? Let's go to it. Hola. There we go. That's the spirit, man. They're blind now. When they walk outside, they're blind. They don't hear. But when God come back, they're going to be blind that day. The day Christ will come back, they're going to be blind on that day too. They're going to be blind on that day. These people, they're going to be blind on that day. That day, they're going to